Aries. I was like, I just had it in my head, Whitney. You just had it. Welcome. I have no idea what day of the week it is. I don't even try and do that because it's never, sometimes not even shown on the same day. So I'm not going to say what day of the week it is. But so I found out that my neighbor died. Like the man who basically lives directly beside my head on the other side of the wall, OD'd 4 days ago. And I was home. I can't believe I didn't hear the coroner come and the cops come. And so this guy who died, he overdosed. He was a sick guy. He was a sick man. Not sick in the head, like actually sick. And he was in this homeless program for 20 years. He was actually from Nova Scotia, which I thought was so amazing. He had this beautiful personality of how he looked at the animals on his balcony. Like he was always just so nice, never inappropriate, never crept us out, never. But his roommate was such a dick. Like this guy would scream at the top of his lungs, call Jeff an asshole, an idiot, how stupid he was. He wasn't clean enough, and he would just yell at Jeff. Like at all hours of the night, I could hear it through the fucking wall, how much he would yell at Jeff. And then I found out from my landlady, because she tells me everything. She's great. It was Jeff's apartment. The guy who was yelling at him all the time wasn't even supposed to fucking be there. He'd been there for 10 years. Like squatting with Jeff and telling my landlady that he was just crashing for a little while. She's been the landlady here for like fucking 20 years. Like she's not stupid. She just doesn't care. She's got better fish to fry, bigger fish to fry, right? So this guy has been tormenting my neighbor for 10 years and now he's getting evicted. He has 24 hours left to vacate the premises because it wasn't his apartment. So I was like, okay, that's a fucking shift right there. Like, whether or not it has to be death that does it, but people are losing their thrones. They're losing their homes. They're losing things that were only acquired to them through somebody else. And if they were taking advantage of that lifeline, hasta luego. Fucking don't look back or say bye on your way out, because I don't care, right? There's a fucking card flipped up, and that's really weird because I haven't used these cards in a few days. Man, does my voice ever have a twang in it, eh? Like, wow, I can hear it. Like, Whitney, you are twangy today. There, House of Cards, I knew it. I kept seeing house. Oh, this is Hand of Cards. House of Cards. Hey, I said House of Cards. Somebody's House of Cards, and look, it was in reverse. I'm not lying. They were definitely gambling, okay? They were gambling with something. And because it always worked for them, they did it. Right? Even though they knew that it was always a risk, but they didn't care about the risk, because when all you can see is the outcome, you tend to not care about the risk. And now I'm thinking, man, I watched this YouTube video of this man who was in a kayak race, and he knew he shouldn't have went out. It was gloomy. It was dark that day. He was like, I knew I shouldn't have went out to do the race, but I did it anyways. I was sitting in the ocean. I knew something was going to happen. I could feel something below me. And then as he goes through the video to put it up, he realizes that the shark goes underneath his kayak a couple of times and he doesn't even realize it. And then he goes and he attacks one of the other kayaks. He flips a kayak, this shark that was watching this race, watching this group of men. And it's like, it's a risk that doesn't need to be taken. Like, this guy had kids and he was like, all I do is feel stupid right now. I feel stupid that I knew that I risked something when I should have been at home with my kids and I shouldn't have taken them. And it's like, people know, especially when they do something and they've got kids at home, they go, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. I've got kids. Like, how stupid am I? Like, those people are depending on me. Those children are depending on me. And I just took this risk because I'm that much of a selfish asshole in the moment, right? Arrogant, all up in myself that I can't realize that if I die, I ruin everything for everybody else, right? So that's kind of like, wow, that's an intense message to come out. That's the thing, is because death. You know what Jeff did? He was a drug addict, obviously. He went to this really shady part of the city and bought some drugs, and his roommate said, the guy who was illegally squatting there, that he took them. He didn't feel very well. He was starting to feel off. He went and laid down and he died. So I don't know if this was a new drug dealer he went to, or I mean where he went to in town is a known awful part of town. Like there's a lot of shootings there, and I just had a job there for a while and it was awful. Anyway, shitty part of town. And it's like, I no wonder the cops came, because clearly they want to shut this drug down, and they want to shut this dealer down, and they want to shut down the things that are killing people, right? Obviously. So, and people who are taking advantage of situations that they're not supposed to be taking advantage of anymore, right? Sometimes death has to come in because somebody is squatting or somebody's in that house and they're not supposed to be anymore. They're supposed to get kicked out on their ass. They're supposed to go fucking find their own way. Like, honestly, and I said in my video yesterday, because I didn't know if Jeff was dead, I just saw the eviction notice on the door. So I went, you know what? I really hope that Jeff gets to go to a better place, because he doesn't deserve this guy yelling at him every single fucking day. Like, I know he doesn't. He doesn't even say anything back. He just takes it. He mumbles things on the balcony. Like, he doesn't say anything back to this guy. And I was like, I really hope that Jeff gets to go to a better place. And he did. He went upstairs. He went up to the pearly gates, right? Because he didn't need to be used and abused in a vulnerable situation, right? Ooh, the runner. See? Someone's got to get going. Right? They did something, and they shouldn't have done it. And if you are about to do something, even if it's drive to work, and you really honestly feel like you should not be getting into the car, it's something that takes you down, like you think you're crazy, like really honestly, I can't drive today, and that's the day that somebody could try to take you out. That's the day that somebody decides that they're going to look at their phone while they're lane changing, right? And it's like, it happens, and you don't know when your number's up. Nobody knows when their number's up, and that's when they don't know if their number's up in death. They don't know if their number's up in life. They don't know if their number's up in their apartment. They don't know. You never know when your number's going to get called, because that's the spice of life, right? So we got heartbroken in reverse with cassette. So this person is not even hurt, okay? This person is not, they don't feel things, okay, over the past. They are conditioned, okay? They're conditioned to risk their life. That's what they're conditioned to. They don't care. They don't use their heart, right? They use the path that's right in front of them, and they don't care who it hurts. They don't care who they have to run by, as long as they get there. They don't care what happens along the way, as long as they get to the spot where they can suddenly make memories. Oh, they finally get to the spot where it suddenly means something. When trashing a bunch of people and murdering people and running over people is not what you're supposed to do during the race, okay? Somebody told you to fight dirty, or somebody taught this person to fight dirty because they didn't feel like they were ever enough. So this person never felt like they were ever going to be able to do anything on their own. So what did they do? They got this deck of cards and they went, all right, each card I get played, each card I get dealt, I'm going to play it. And I don't give a fuck who it hurts. I don't give a fuck who I run over. I don't give a fuck what my ego destroys. It's my ego. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. Whoa. Okay? Whoa. And now I'm getting, this ego could be so strong. I'm actually permanently kicked off of a social media platform. And I'm not going to say which one. I don't have social media, okay? I've had social media for a while. And I recently found out I am permanently disabled from a social media platform, which I think is hilarious. Because that's just the thing, is like, I feel like I did something wrong, okay, but I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. So instead of telling me I was doing something wrong and then stopping me so I could correct it, they shut my whole channel down, and now they've permanently removed my IP address from my phone. So unless I get a new phone, I can't sign up for this social platform, but I don't want to be on it anyways. That's the thing. The only reason why I go on to social media is to find out concerts. I'm not going to lie. It's concerts. No, I don't know where else to look for tour dates other than somebody's Instagram. Like, I don't know where to go. You can't even get on Facebook. Like, so I randomly check Instagram to see what artists are doing and if someone's going to be in my city or be around my town, whatever, right? And now I'm like permanently disabled. Like, I've been trumped. Okay, I've been removed, even though it wasn't Twitter. I don't even really know what Twitter is, and I don't really care. But I've been permanently removed. My sister couldn't believe it. She was like, "Are you serious?" I'm like she was like, "You've been trumped." I'm like, okay, so I did something wrong that I didn't even know I was doing wrong, and now I've been permanently removed from it. Like, okay, save that for the actual people who are doing something wrong, not me. I was promoting myself. I didn't know you weren't allowed to do that, okay? I didn't know. I see everybody else promoting themselves. I think I'm allowed to do it. Clearly, I obviously wasn't allowed to do it. Somebody reported me. Now I've been disabled. So now I feel like this. Somebody who felt like they weren't enough tried to disable you. Okay, and that's what this house of cards was. And that's what Frank always did to Jeff, disabled him. Jeff said something, Frank yelled over top of him, right? It's a disablement. It's a control ailment of somebody's personality and somebody's ego, that they are the ones who create better decisions, so you better shut your mouth. Somebody else is going to do this for you. And I actually recently had a lucid dream with my stepmother who told me, actually, I think she was speaking to the younger me. She was speaking to somebody and she goes, Whitney doesn't make good decisions, so I make them all for her. And like, I know she's made a lot of decisions for me and she's pushed my opinion aside and she's pushed what I wanted in this world, and she's made, because she's an Aquarius. So she thinks because she's an Aquarius and I'm an Aquarius, she knows me. That's not the way it fucking works, okay? She's had absolutely no form of clear telepathy with me since the day she met me. She has no idea who I am, but she looks at me and she makes it seem like she knows exactly who I am. So she said in this realm, she makes all the decisions for me because she thinks my opinion is shit. And that's bullshit. Nobody should be making decisions for anybody because... okay, and this is why people will get taken down. Your opinion is not somebody else's opinion. Your view is not somebody else's view. Your direction, not somebody else's direction. What you can handle mentally is not what somebody else can handle mentally. We are all different. But my stepmother, okay, has convinced her little crew, her little club, her little gang, her little coven, that everybody's the exact same. Okay, we need to think the same, we need to be the same, we all need to get the same amount of money, everything's got to be fair and equal. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay, because she's never played fair, she's never played equal, and she's never been honest. Right? It's an ego. It's a house of cards. She's holding the hand of cards and she plays a card every time because she's convinced she can beat her opponent. But she doesn't know what that other person is holding. She never knew the cards that I was dealt. She never knew what's truly inside of me. So her playing her cards, and I heard this in a reading, some of us will go into mission and we will appear more vulnerable than what we actually are. So then the true colors of that motherfucker comes out. For instance, I had to recently work with a woman who believes that she is a man on the inside. She wants to piss all over everything. She wants to control everything. She's a bitch in real life, okay? I had to work with this woman on a daily basis. So I bowed down to her. That's what you have to do to a queen, bitch. You have to bow down, okay? Kiss her fucking feet and make her feel good. She never smiled. She was never happy. And I'm a happy person. I'm a smiley person. She would shut me down. If I was smiling, she was looking at me like this. I got, hi, good morning. Like, okay, so she got me in this position and I wasn't listening to it anymore. She told me lasagna wasn't ready. I went over to the cook and I went, hey, like, can you let me know when the lasagna is going to be ready? Hey, I told you the lasagna wasn't ready. You shouldn't even be speaking to him right now. And I go, have you ever worked in a kitchen? Like, it's called communication. We all have to know what's going on. Well, I'll tell you when the lasagna's done. and like got me out of the kitchen. So we had to sit down and have a little chat after work because she didn't like my attitude towards her. What happened? I immediately break down. I start crying because I'm the one that has to break down to her or I'm going to hurt her. That's the difference, right? I choose to cry because if I don't cry, I'm going to become very violent because somebody once again is doing something in my face that I can't defend because they're in higher authority. And she had every means to fire me. She didn't have to keep me there. I was like 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, right? So I knew right then and there, if I didn't bow down, if I didn't kiss her ass at that exact moment, she was going to fire me. So I bawled my eyes out and I was like, I'm really sorry. Like, I have a hard time with authority and I've been abused mentally and I've been sexually abused and I've never had any justice and I'm that kind of person. I'm very hard-headed and I'm sorry. I know when to back down, but you have to understand communication. Somebody doesn't communicate with me properly and then it shows up on my bill. I'm going to be a little bit pissed because that's not my fault. People tend to blame people, right? Because they don't want to get in any trouble. But the people who have been blamed their whole life are sick of getting in trouble for things they didn't do. Just because somebody thought they weren't good enough. So they were going to blame it on somebody else. They were going to take a card and just throw it in your face and go, well, it's not mine. Well, yeah, because you just threw it in somebody else's face. And there was no witness. There was nobody to watch what you just did. So some of us in mission will appear more vulnerable to see what that other person was going to do. So what did that boss do? She immediately started abusing me more because she knew that I would cry. She knew that I would back down from her until she crossed the line about 2 months after that and told a bunch of staff behind my back that I was forming an alliance against her because me and another girl were talking about OnlyFans. Because she has this Snapchat of guys who are obsessed with her feet and she was trying to make a little bit of extra money and I go, dude, why don't you just go on OnlyFans? Like, you can make some serious fucking money if these people will follow you on there. So I was explaining the platform to her. Well, what did Laura say? Me and this girl were causing, we were causing a problem and forming an alliance against her. So she sat me down, I recorded the whole thing, and I went, what are you saying to the staff? Why are you talking behind my back? Oh, you can't attack me. I haven't done anything to you. You have no right. Of course. I'm going to come to you and I'm going to ask you what you did, and you're going to automatically say I'm attacking you. Fucking victim a la victim. Sit the fuck down. People like that can't even take a single fucking word being said to them after they've just grounded you or they've done something, they've punished you in some way, and then you have the right to stand up for yourself. You have the right to say something to those people and go, why'd you treat me like that? And if they say that you are now abusing them by asking them a question, that's called gaslighting, and that person's a soap opera queen. Okay? That person knows how to manipulate a crowd. That bitch knew how to manipulate everybody, okay? She talked mad shit about her husband. Wouldn't divorce him, keeps him around, so then he'll run the restaurant for her. The very first time I met her, she goes, I don't live with my husband. Okay, why is he your husband? I don't want him anywhere around. He's an alcoholic. He mistreats me. Everything that I would say to my kids, he would tell my kids the opposite. You're probably trying to control everybody. Like what'd you do? Because Larry's a great fucking guy. Yeah, he drinks. I would drink too if I had to fucking deal with you every day. A bitch that just literally, she wants a penis. And you know the women I'm talking about. They will stand in front of another woman and pull an imaginary dick out. And what is that other employee or what does that other person got to do? Get on their hands and knees for an imaginary dick sucking contest, right? That's the way this planet works. And I hate to say it to you. People have probably bent you over and showed you the fucking 50 states numerous times. But you went, well, it's just a part of the game. No, it's not. It's part of somebody's fucking ego. They told you it was part of the game. So then part of the game is, well, you'll be able to do this later. I'm fucking you right now, but you just wait. You'll be able to screw the next person in line. What if I don't want to screw the next person? When does it stop? You think I'm going to go and I'm going to go stop somebody now because you just hurt me? No. I know that the rule is hurt people hurt people. I understand your rules. But I'm just a hurt person that's now crying. I'm not going to go and hurt somebody else. Because if I even try to get even Steven is going to put me in jail. Even though I feel like a psychiatrist would probably get me out of it. I mean, I'm insane. Like, I'm insane. Like, I know I am. And, like, I'm okay with that. I didn't do it to myself. Right? Think about it. When did you go insane? When did you start blacking out? When did you start being full of rage? You're probably a kid, which means you didn't do it. That was your defense mechanism. That's how you survived. Like, and these people in these positions that played these cards, yeah, you played a card against somebody who didn't even know what game they were playing. Oh, were you playing poker against a 5-year-old and you won and you felt good about yourself? Because you're 45 and been playing your whole life? Back up. Tell me what you gonna do now. Oh my God. Fred Durst comes through my head all the time and I love it. Fred Durst came on in the car yesterday. My sister's like, you turn into another person when hip hop comes on. I'm like, I know. The first time I ever heard hip hop, I was at my girlfriend's 11th birthday or 12th. Well, wait, we were in grade 8. So I think she was turning 13. And her older brother came downstairs with the Slim Shady LP. And he put it on and I changed. That first Eminem album changed my entire life. And I have gone straight gangsta ever since. But I'm extremely dark. So I need metal and punk to get me through it. But I'll be gangsta for life. Like, I had all my hair in braids yesterday. My sister kept calling me Coolio. And then I kept rapping Gangsta's Paradise. And I was like, I think Coolio is inside of me. I can't stop rapping. Oh, and there's this other song. I put a bunch of holes through your condo. Oh, this, where he raps in Spanish. That's one of my favorite singles ever. Coolio, and now he's dead. Rest in peace, my friend. Rest in peace. Actually, Coolio's got a lot of stuff. He's actually done a lot more work than I thought. I'm gonna listen to Coolio today. I'm gonna drop it back. I swear, I put a bunch of holes through your condo. Listen to that song. He raps in Spanish. Váyate, cállate, anate. Oh, it's so good. Like, rap is everything. And they actually wanted to make it so the hip hop never existed. Like, for reals. I don't know where I would be. I'd be like half of me. Like, if I couldn't rip Vinnie Paz every day, or fucking Yellow Wolf, or fucking Chris Webby, like, I don't know where I would be. Like, those are my homies. Ritz, Mercules, like, where would I be without my rappers? I wouldn't be whole. Anyways. Coolio in the house. Yeah, I hope this resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you know what I'm talking about. And this stupid person who played the wrong hand at every chance they got, they're done. Big day today. I think I'm going to have to write the name of that Coolio song on my thing because I feel like someone's not going to find it. And I feel like you should listen to it. It's an awesome song. MoonShine. Peace.